I'm an ex-pharmacist. Let's talk about the Hantavirus. Authorities are racing to find the origins of this deadly virus outbreak on a cruise ship, with passengers being allowed to return home to their native countries. Interestingly, that the Global Vaccine Alliance predicted the next pandemic to be a hantavirus, and hundreds of vials of deadly viruses escaped from Australia, including the hantavirus just a couple of years ago. If you believe in coincidences, this new novel virus is transmitted rodent to human, and while Australia is experiencing a fertiliser food crisis incoming, we are also experiencing a mouse plague in the regions that are highly populated and grow plenty of our food. The World Health Organization wrapped up their latest pandemic exercise just 2 days ago, Exercise Polaris. And it was 33 years, there's that number again, since the first cases of hantavirus outbreak in the Western world, in which there were 33 cases. The X-Files also did an episode on hantavirus in the mid-90s, and the current cruise ship outbreak was on a 33-day Atlantic cruise. Now, the only real evidence of any of this we have is a suspect scripted TikTok video from a guy named Jake, whose sister works for a firm specialising in emergency management and disaster recovery, helping governments in health emergencies and vaccines. Her firm was founded in 2001, shortly before 9/11, and manages $10 billion. Now, our friends over at Moderna have been working on an mRNA hantavirus vaccine for the past couple of years, but they're not the only ones, with 13 vaccines in the pipeline. And most of these are the newer mRNA and DNA vaccines, which hijack your body's intracellular machinery to produce an immune response. You could call it gene hacking. Speaking of gene hacking, Gene Hackman's wife died of hantavirus 1 year ago. And we know the first time that this mRNA technology was used in humans, Pfizer tried to suppress the side effects publicly for 75 years. And for those of us that got our hands on those, on page 33, you will find hantavirus as a listed side effect. Now, one of our friends, Peter Hortez, our favourite COVID villains, is behind a lot of this research, and his clinical trials were facing funding shortages and at risk of collapse just a couple of weeks ago. Finally, the word hant means has not or have not. In other words, if you get this, you have not a virus. Let me know your thoughts down below. Cheers.